So it's been a year ago since one of us did a video on this channel, and yes, it's been a hard year for us and probably for anyone that's watching and their families. Thanks for all the messages and that by email, and both to me and Miranda. And yeah, I just hope that everybody's doing as good as possible. Today I wanted to discuss a topic about doctors who are interested in ME. And a lot of these people seem to come and reputations are tarnished. And I've got here, of course, that would probably, if you've been around the ME scene for quite some time, there's Dr. Sarah Myhill, and she is controversial. There's no doubt about it. And I just made this just to see what people think about this type of thing when doctors who are interested in this topic. That doctors are always going to be interested, in detecting any what they would call unusual illness, and something that's not really being dealt with, and trying to find why it happens. With Dr. Sarah Myhill, she's been controversial with a few different things, not just with ME. There's I think we got 2 books by her. One was good, I thought, and one I didn't rate at all. But that's just me. Some people must have. I've never actually been with her or anything like that. So she does have a good reputation among many ME people. But many years ago, there was a doctor called Dr. John Richardson, and he headed up. This is a book which is quite heavy for me. It's called Clinical Scientific Basis of Myalgic Encephalomyelitis and Chronic Fatigue Syndrome. And he did this with Byron Hyde. And Dr. John Richardson, he's dead now. I think I probably spoke about him on this channel before. He was somebody I used to go and see, and he used to, even though there's been less controversial doctors than I suppose, he founded something called the Newcastle Research Foundation with another doctor. I think there was 6 doctors in all. There was a Dr. Spur who was in the North Pennines, which is not too far away from us. So yeah, there was I think 6 in all, and they used to give IgG injections and stuff like that, which could be seen as controversial, but my GPs at the time knew about them and actually would work with them if that was something I wanted. But the travel from where I used to live, it was 30 mile, so a 60-mile round trip, and you're talking about 2 hours if it's in traffic and things like that. However, there's another one in the northeast. So this chap is from Horden, and he sometimes gets into the media and things like this. So this is Horden. It's near I would say between Hartlepool and Sunderland for people who are not used to the northeast. So probably about 40 minutes away from where we are. So his name is Dr. Joseph Chandy. So this is I wanted to talk about this a while ago, just to touch on something. It's quite an interesting thing. Dr. Joseph Chandy has been barred from offering vitamin B12 to treat fatigue despite winning an award for his research in the area. And that's July 17th, 2014. So that's going back 9 years, just under 9 years, and I'll put all these links in the description. Dr. Joseph Chandy, a GP in Horden for more than 30 years, was awarded the Glory of India Award for research using vitamin B12 to treat fatigue syndrome. And he did, yes. I remember these cases, and there's many ME patients actually found benefit by taking B12, and there was a bit of an outcry here, in the northeast, where people used to go, because he's retired now. And there's actually something on ME Action about him, and again, July 2014. Again, I'll leave the description and the link in the comments thing. The journal, Newcastle, which is the paper in Newcastle. And again, 2012, Dr. Joseph Chandri, GP, awarded. And again, it's pretty much a similar thing about, he actually went to see, when Cameron was Prime Minister of the UK, he actually went to see him to discuss his theory about vitamin B12 deficiency in that. Just what do you think about people getting barred for doing these things? I'm not sure he administered B12 or steroids when treating patients with fatigue. I'm not sure if he actually got barred from being a doctor or banned just as it says they're prescribing vitamin B12. But either way, I mean, I think that, whatever treatment you take, you're still responsible to a degree for what you take into your body. And if somebody wanted to give me B12 injections, I mean, I can't really see, that if you take too much orange juice or something like that, you can say, well, that's too much. Anything is bad if it's not like moderate. But I mean, B12, I would have thought that was, it's not really, I'm getting banned for that getting banned for doing vitamins on that. I think it's up to the people, surely. Anyway, I just thought I'd bring that to your attention, and just, I mean, there's loads of these people about in the world, but these just, you get this like feedback when you're in an area and that. And there's actually a book on this as well. It's Vitamin B12 Deficiency in Clinical Practice on Amazon. This, Doctor, You Give Me My Life Back. So that's a paperback, and that's from 2019, so it's fairly recently that. And it's Dr. Joseph Chandri with MD, Hugo Mini PhD, and it's got 149 ratings there. And yeah, I mean, like, it's got good ratings. An incredibly important book, if only GPs would read it, and that's for that review there's from November 30th, 2022. And 5 stars 80%, 4 stars 91%, 6 so that's 97%, only 2%. I don't know what the other thing is. It doesn't really say, but I mean, like, sort of not a single doctor diagnosed deficiency in my blood, and then B12, and I was okay. So yeah, just an interesting point, I thought. And there's so much I'd like to talk about ME and things like that. I mean, you can get so bombarded by this, like, an avalanche of news and things. But I think I think when you get, like, sort of been around, like, ME scene for, like many of us have, decades, you seem to get like a bit of boredom, really, in a way that you've heard it all before. But I mean, I've heard that Ampligen might be tried in long COVID and things like that, which Ampligen was tried, I think, even well before I actually got ME. I think it was in the 80s, Ampligen, or somewhere around that time. But it was deemed too expensive. But maybe that would, if that helps long COVID, I mean, maybe it'll be tried again on ME patients. And I think there was quite a success rate with that. But hey, and again, this, like when people say about this 250,000 figure about in the UK with ME, there's thousands of people probably getting, the disease every year. So are the others dying? I mean, I never understand that figure. It's never changed since I came down with it. Anyway, I hope everybody is okay and coping with their circumstances and their illness. And I just thanks very much for watching.